and we were in a group text on the phone, going over some stuff. And I had to give my address, my email address, and so it talks about poker in my address, and he's like, "You like poker, JBL?" He's like, "You like poker?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "I love gambling." Me too.
Their podcast is called Stories with Briscoe.
Stories. That's right. That's right. And so my episode, by the time, when you're listening to this, go over to them afterwards and listen to that. But listen to this first.
Yeah, get through this one. Don't stop.
Keep going and show some love for me over there. But yeah, he's doing like baseball picks, and apparently he's really good at it. So I told him that he should have a hotline. And he goes like, Mean Gene? I was like, yeah, charge the boys, because now the boys are asking him for picks. I was like, dude, I said, you can make so much money if you just had your own line. And you gave out the pick. Remember that guy from Las Vegas?
Mm-hmm.
He'd be like, this is what you should do. He was all kinds of crazy, and he would be screaming into your monitors, like, call me now for my picks. That's what JBL should do.
You can add me in there. I'll give you guys some good tips.
You got some good picks?
Yeah, sure. You can add me into that chat. I'll be good. I'll be good.
I doubt it.
I'll be good to go.
I doubt it. But yeah, that was a good time. They're fun. In the beginning, I was like, I don't know what we're going to talk about, but man, we talked for over 90 minutes. That convo was flowing.
JBL and ECW. What do you think could have been?
Oh man, I think he would have been great. He's tough as nails.
Oh yeah,
it's Jerry Briscoe.
That's true. He'll stretch the shit out of anybody.
You know, they're two men's men. What, man's man? They're man's man.
In that context, I think you would say men's men.
Men's men. Yeah. I enjoyed the conversation immensely. So it was a lot of fun, and looking forward to seeing them at a show soon. So yeah.
Bradshaw as JBL was the best champion I ever saw live, because the fans hated him.
Right.
And I was in Philly, and he did some ceremony. They did this whole thing. The WWE production crew came out, set up the ring, ice sculptures. They had people sitting out by the ring in these white chairs. It must have taken 25 minutes for them to set this thing up. Mm-hmm. And it was so long. It was so freaking long. Definitely edited for time on TV. He got booed the whole friggin' time, and he was so awesome. I loved him as champion.
Right. That's cool. Yeah, he's nice. Like I said, every time I've encountered him, he was super nice. I said to Jerry, because he was saying, like, I'm so glad I saw you at that convention so I could get you on the show. I said, isn't that the first time we met? And he goes, I think I met you really quick in Gorilla at One Night Stand. And I was like, yeah, but we really didn't get to converse, you know? And I asked him how he looks so good at this age, and he said he smokes a lot of weed.
Well, at least he's honest.
He was. That's what he said. I'm honest to a fault. I said, there you go. So anyway, good. It was a good talk.
He's another one. I mean, had a full career, legendary career, and then in that Attitude Era, had a full second career, not just as an executive, as a backstage worker, but as an on-air stooge for Mr. McMahon. Right. And I just watched a clip the other night of him getting dragged out to the ring by the neck by the Undertaker and getting the shit kicked out of him. And man, he's still taking bumps at 55, 60 years old. Crazy. And getting slammed. I mean, he was getting killed.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm not doing that.
It's out there for you. Maybe
it's out there, but it can stay out there. I'm done. I'm done. I had a talk with, I'm not going to say who, and I'm not going to say for what company, but I had a talk with someone about possibly working for one of the feds, but I won't bump. So, that's a factor. There's no payoff. So it cannot come to fruition. And I was like, really? Can't I just be me? Can I just come in and cut promos and just hang out in the back? No, you got a bump. I was like, nope.
WCW One Night Stand.
That's exactly the show. The big reunion show. That's it. Speaking of big shows, Let's get into it. Did you see Backlash, Vive la France?
I saw elements of Backlash Viva la France. That
I
was
saw the
incredible.
whole
Now, I
thing.
forgot about it. I forgot that it was in France up until Friday night, and I saw all this crap going on about these start times, 12:30 in the afternoon Eastern time. I was like, what the hell? And I was like, oh my God, they're overseas.
Yeah.
And then the next day, holy crap, the social media world exploded with the reactions.
Yeah. First of all, I watched the whole thing. You know me. I'm not watching wrestling these days. I watched the whole TNA pay-per-view. I watched the whole AEW pay-per-view, and now I watched the whole WWE Viva la France Backlash. Just like saying Viva la France.
Now, is that because of your French heritage? You wanted to tap into some of your relatives?
My husband was like, "You want to watch the pay-per-view?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." And
oh, okay.
why not? You know, I wasn't watching anything. I said, "Yeah, sure." First of all, let me just say, those fans were into it. When you get a whole arena jumping up and down to where the camera is doing this and the picture is doing this. I'm shaking, by the way, for those listening.
You're shaking.
That's amazing. It's amazing. They were, I mean, everybody was tweeting, USA, take notes. America, take notes on how to be a fan. And I was just like, wow. They were into it, man. They enjoyed every second of it.
Yeah.
You know, it was cool. And in the beginning, the first match, it was like Kevin Owens and Randy Orton came out, and their entrances must have been 18 minutes long. They were letting them milk it. The people, like, there was so much electricity in that building that for that first match. And like, because I said to my husband, I was like, Kevin Owens has been standing in the walkway for 4 minutes now. And he's kind of just like standing there. And I'm like, is Randy in the bathroom? Like, what's happening? Why, you know, I don't know if it was because the people were so into it. They were singing everybody's theme songs. Like, it was remarkable. That is how fans should be.
Really?
They loved it. Yes. What is your beef? You are the worst. What is your beef?
It's a little much.
Why?
It's too much. I just want to watch the show.
They're enjoying themselves.
If that's how every crowd's going to be going forward, I will absolutely never go to another show ever again. It's too much. It's distracting.
How's it distracting?
Because I just want to watch the match. I want to watch
watching the match.
I want to cheer in appropriate spots.
So mute it.
I can mute it. Yeah, okay, sure. But I want to watch it with the sound on, like everybody else could.
I don't understand.
It was too much. It was too much.
You're too much.
It was too much. I don't get the singing of the theme songs of every person now. I don't get it. The fan base is changed. Absolutely. Again, old man yelling at the cloud. I know that's the way it is.
Get off my lawn.
That's the way it is, but it's a lot. It's too much. It was impressive. 100%. They were into every match. It made parts of them exciting, but it was a little much. That's it. A little much.
I don't know. I disagree. I thought it added to the overall product. It just goes to show you how appreciative that crowd was to have them there.
Let me ask you. So if you're there and you got to think of like spots, you have to remember things. If the crowd's going that nuts, is that distracting?
Is it distracting being called a crack whore when I'm trying to think of a spot? Is it distracting that I take it up the blah, doo-dah, doo-dah? I mean, you can say whatever you want. It's the same thing.
Well, when you put it like that.
Getting your heat, is that distracting?
When you put it like that, I got no response.
No, you can't have any.
I got nothing.
Because I mean, they said shit to me the whole time I was out there. So
it's a great point. It's a great damn point. I got absolutely nothing.
I finally win an argument with you. Oh,
no response.
That is amazing.
It was a spectacle. I do like them going outside of the States for these shows. Mm-hmm. The other countries 100% deserve to see these performers live and experience these live events. The only criticism that I think a lot of people have is this is a glorified house show. There was nothing that was going to happen outside of in the Bloodline match. You got a debuted new member. The results of the shows were pretty much, house show level results.
Well, they changed the belts.
In which match?
The girls.
The girls match. Okay.
The tag team match.
All right. So there was one that they give that's one I wasn't privy to because I did not follow that match.
Yeah, they put the belts on Jade and Bianca.
Oh, that's right. I did. Okay. I did see the press conference coverage of that one. But outside of that, the Cody match with AJ Styles, I mean, there was some heavy talk coming out of that one, but you knew Cody was going to walk out of that one with the belt again.
So before we started filming here, you critiqued that. You said there was some negativity towards Cody. What did you hear?
Yeah, that basically he's in a kind of bad situation where he's going to win every feud because he made his way up those ranks. To finish the story angle was so deep and so long, and everybody was so invested in it. We just expect AJ Styles is going to come in and beat him. No, everybody knew he was going to win. So unless they stack the deck against him in such a massive way, every one of his programs is going to be completely telegraphed. And people were saying that this is kind of like, all right, we wasted AJ Styles right away 3 weeks into the guy's title reign.
Is AJ's contract almost up?
Not sure.
Okay. I've heard little rumblings that he's almost at the brink of retirement. I don't know how true that is either. But
he looks phenomenal.
Oh my God. I said to my husband, I said, when did he transform into this gigantic monster of a human being? I haven't watched them in so long. He looks incredible.
Yeah, chiseled isn't the word to describe him. And there's a video I saw on WWE's YouTube page where he's kind of showing some of his transformation. He's talking about those ice baths.
Oh, yeah.
And he does that for like 4 minutes or something. And talking about how it shocks the nervous system and everything. And I was like, good Lord, if he can handle that, he's no wonder he's transforming his body, because this guy can handle anything.
I can't even get into a cold shower. You want me to go into an ice bath? That's like, I've always wanted to do that because I hear it does wonderful things for your body, but good Lord, man, that's cold shit. I can't do that.
Oh, thank you.
Little nipply. Overall, I thought the pay-per-view was great. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the crowd, not gonna lie. I did. I just thought they were so responsive to everything. Whereas you weren't here when I mentioned this, but comparing it to like the TNA pay-per-view was great. I loved it. I loved every match that was on the card. Everybody worked really, really hard, but the fans were dead.
Oh yeah,
no response, and that's
always been a criticism.
That's what I was telling Lou. I was like, man, you guys are in Sin City, Las Vegas. You think that they would be rowdy, and he goes, it was so weird. He goes, I agree with you 100%. He goes, the next night we taped in the Palms, same building. He said, and it was electric. He said they were vocal, they were loud, they were clapping and cheering and all this stuff. I said, the pay-per-view is granted a bigger show than a TV taping. They were dead. And I was getting so pissed off because everybody was working so hard. And that irks me. You don't understand. As a performer, you're out there, you're giving it 100% and you're not getting a reaction. Yeah. And you could have did the biggest move ever and they're just like sitting on their hands like, oh, you know what I mean? Like that's annoying. So watching that and then watching this and seeing how appreciative and how fun the fans were, I admire that. And I think it added to the show. Because I think the TNA show, it took away from them. It was such a shame. So many good spots and golf clap. And it was just, God, it pissed me off.
Yeah, that's what a polar opposite. That's the worst, especially in those smaller venues where it just aesthetically looks like they're killing themselves for nothing.
You could hear spots being called, like it was like you can hear a pin drop at some point.
That's not good.
Now there were times when the crowd picked up, like the one match they brought out like a bag of thumbtacks, and the people were on their feet but you had to really do something to table. You had to really, really, for this match, like the Backlash pay-per-view, like they were just into everything. And then when the bigger spots came, it was just like deafening. They said they couldn't even hear each other in Gorilla.
Wow, damn. I mean, look, it was incredible. It absolutely was. Like I said, for me, it's a little much. Now, another thing in the main event that was criticized was the use of the burning hammer maneuver, which is basically an inverted Death Valley driver, right? Made famous by Kenta Kobashi, who only used it a handful of times. Cody kicked out at 1. And that's a very protected move. AJ hits it on Cody, kicks out at 1. That was basically, that move was trending on Twitter or X because it's not seen very often. And it was basically used as like almost like a transition into their next round of spots. So that was another thing that was kind of criticized. And that main event, again, like they could have built a better program with AJ. AJ's great.
Yeah. Well, the match was really good. I thought they worked really well together. You know what I mean? They had some good spots in there. They had some good false finishes. I enjoyed it. I knew Cody was going to go over, like you said. I just knew it. There was no way they were going to take that belt off from this early. But AJ can go. Like he's been good for so many years, though. He's always been like a solid worker. He's always been consistent. You know what I mean? And I just was shocked by his body because I haven't seen him in so long. And I was just like, damn, he looked like a superhero. Like he did. He just looked like a superhero. It looked great. I don't know. I just enjoyed it. It was fun. I like when I literally get to watch these things and I'm saying to myself, I'm digging it again. Because then I remember why I was a fan in the first place. You know,
that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah. So it was fun to watch. I'm not going to go and watch 42 hours of wrestling a week, but if I get the opportunity to view some stuff, I'll watch it. But I thought every match was pretty solid. You know, it was good. It was a good pay-per-view.
I think we got to definitely sync up where I watch it, you watch it, we do a full review, and we kind of see where we're at. Other things on the show was Damian Priest. He retained Jey Uso. I mean, how over was he? I did see that trending. God. And them doing the thing here. You know?
Yeet.
Yeah. But back to kind of the over exaggeration and stuff. The other thing that I just, you know me, I'm a stickler with the announcing and stuff. I mean, Michael Cole is just like, he is so over the top now. And a different announcer than he was even 10 years ago when he was playing the heel, maybe even 10 or 12 years ago. When he's playing the heel and he was ripping everybody and Vince was in his ear and telling him what to say. It's like he just screams. Every clip I saw was Michael Cole yelling, and now they're showing visuals. And he's not even just yelling. He's like running around the announce booth when he's yelling these things. So he's yelling to move. Oh, yeah. I'll bring one of the videos up. It's ridiculous what you see him doing now.
They had your girlfriend Samantha.
Yeah.
They showed a clip and she got a roaring ovation for like 3 minutes straight.
Yeah, I'm sure she did.
She did. No, I saw it.
Yeah.
I saw it on I didn't see it on the main show. I saw it on Twitter. Ricochet posted. Somebody retweeted what he posted, and they announced her and she was just standing there and they were just crazy screaming for her. And she looked like she was taken aback, like very touched by it.
Oh,
and the first person I thought of was you.
Hey, judging by some of those YouTube comments that we still get all the time, I'm not the only one.
Oh, well,
I'm not the only one.
You're in the minority again, though, because people love her.
They love the scene stealer.
Oh my God, you're so ridiculous.
That's the greatest name. That might be one of my greatest names I ever came up with.
You're ridiculous.
Hold on, it's taking me a second to type in Michael Cole behind my.
There you go, Michael Cole. I don't remember him running around. I do remember seeing him announcing.
Yeah, you guys.
And then they let the Viva la France announce team do a couple things because they were in France, which I didn't know what the hell the guy was saying because he was talking in French. So, you know.
I like when they used to have Ray Rougeau on the
Oh yeah.
on the French announce team. All right, here I got one right here.
Okay.
So you can see it.
Let's hear it.
All right, here is Michael Cole.
Okay.
God, I can't believe I have to show Michael Cole.
I know he references a lot to his age, like when he messes up. He's like,
he hooked him.
well, first of all, all right. Somebody is laying on the announce table, so he can't sit at the announce table. Okay. Second of all, he's just reacting to what he's seeing. What?
Okay, now he's yeeting.
Okay. So what's wrong with that? He's having a good time.
Call the goddamn match.
Oh
okay?
my God. You are the worst. You are the most boring.
Call the goddamn match.
Guy in the world.
Call the goddamn match.
Why are you cursing?
Because I'm mad.
The worst. Oh my God. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't see anything wrong with what he's doing. He's having a good time. Maybe they told him to be more vocal.
I was trying to see. There was another one too where he's
do you literally like when people critique you?
Yeah, I do.
When
talk good about me, talk bad about me, just talk about me.
You're the drizzling shit. You're weird. You're boring.
I get so there's a thing
I saw you fighting with our YouTube friend.
I'll fight until the guy. I can't find another one. I can fight until the cows come home. I literally thrive on it.
God. I said, I'm not touching this one with a.
I noticed.
This is like your fight, and I'm not saying a word. So, because you know me, I'm up on those comments. I am like right on them. But that one, I said, eh.
But I love that you were watching all those shows. That's fantastic.
Sure.
They bring you back in. That's awesome. That's very cool.
It's like I have so many friends now that are on so many different brands that I'm like, I want to see what's going on and I want to see what people are doing. And then I watch like the first match and I'm like, all right, let me watch another one. Sometimes I have to watch them in parts. I don't have like 2 or 3 hours to sit there. So like AEW, I think we watched in 2 nights, but I watched the whole thing. Like I'm curious as to what people are doing now,
right.
So if I have time, I'm going to be watching some more stuff. It was enjoyable to me.
How about the new production quality that they've added? You like some of the new moves they've done
to
the WWE product?
Give me an example.
So there's a new director since Kevin Dunn left, and he's added a lot of new elements to kind of the way the camera work is.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, so you'll see in the entryway, there's a lot of different camera shots. There's a lot of crane shots. Like I saw specifically with the Jey Uso entrance, the way they switched to a different camera that I kind of isolated it. I think it was like almost like an 8K camera there. They isolated his movement to kind of look a little different. It was more, enhanced.
What was I was told they're doing that for the video game.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they're using those shots for the video game.
It was that. There's also a thing where they're basically doing these one shots where they'll start in the back, and the scene will literally transition from, let's say it's Dominic Mysterio talking to Rey Mysterio, and they'll finish their part of the scene, and then Randy Orton walks by, and then he starts whatever he's about to do, and they follow him all the way out to the ring into the way, and then it starts whatever's going to happen next.
Like Goldberg, like they used to do with Bill Goldberg.
But it's like a transition. It's just like they do it so seamlessly now. But this is this new initiative from this new director. It's slight little things that have changed how the look is, and they stopped doing those cuts, those insane camera cuts that Kevin Dunn was doing.
I'll have to keep my eyes open. Maybe because I wasn't paying attention so much to the camera work. Although I did see the camera bouncing because the people were dancing and jumping up and down, and it was incredible. Viva la France.
I'll tell you one show that I've been watching, and it's the WWE. What's it called? Like Hidden Treasure. No, not Speed. It's the Most Wanted Treasures on A&E.
Oh,
I gotta say, if you binge them all at once, you watch the YouTube clips, it's great.
is it?
If you watch it with commercials, it's probably horrible. You
Okay.
watch it without it, it's fantastic. And it got me thinking about if we were to send you out on one of those excursions
What the hell?
to go find one of your like old missing pieces of treasured gear or something.
Good Lord.
What,
I don't even want to see what's on the DNA that's on my dresses.
But that's what I was trying to think, right? So some of the artifacts that they sent out they were like, all right, go find Bret Hart's missing original, Hitman jacket, or go find Mankind's original, vest that he wore when he debuted as Mankind, or go find Kane's mask when he transitioned from this Kane to that Kane. So it's like that kind of stuff. So I'm like, all right, if we were going to send you out on a most wanted treasure hunt, what would we go looking for?
I don't know.
Is there one thing in your career? So now what they're using these for is these exhibits, right? The WWE Hall of Fame exhibit or the WrestleMania whatever exhibit. What is it we could go look for in the Francine memorabilia world that you want to see again or possess again in some way, shape, or form? What is it? What can we go find?
Jesus, I don't know. I mean, I just sold my first couple, was it last year or the year before? My debut jeans, the cutoffs that I had Stevie Richards.
Okay.
I just got rid of those for the first time. I wouldn't even know where to start. Like, how do they even know who to track down? Like, do they put feelers out?
I guess they have to, those collector
right?
networks. Yeah.
Oh my God. Because I have sold so much memorabilia, like hundreds of outfits probably I've sold. I don't even know who has what, where, what cities, what they do with it. I don't know. I don't have any names.
Let's take that part out of it. We don't want to think about that part.
The most amazing thing for me is when I sold my ECW jacket. The jacket that only the boys had. You had to be one of the boys or in the circle to get one of these jackets. And I sold it to a man. And then years and years go by, years. It must have been 20 years. And he contacts me and says, do you want your jacket back? Because I'm not holding on to my memorabilia anymore. And I thought I'd offer it to you back. And I was just like, for free? Like, what? And he's like, yeah, my name's embroidered in this jacket. And he got it dry cleaned, sent it back to me. And then I sold it again. A second time.
Oh, that's hilarious. So would that be one we could get it back and sell it a third time?
What are the odds though? Like somebody contacts you 20, 30 years later and says, hey, I bought your jacket. Do you want it back? That was crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. I should have kept that jacket.
Should have kept that jacket. Maybe we'll go on the most wanted treasure hunt to find the jacket.
Somebody bought it already. But I have the one that Brian gave me.
That's true. How about, can we go on a most wanted treasure hunt to find the flannel PJs that you and Shane had on at the King of the Hill Battle Royal?
PJs, you jerk. They were Zumba pants or whatever they're called.
They look like PJs.
They weren't PJs. They were black and white checkered Zubaz, and a franchise shirt. I think I had on.
How about an original triple threat shirt worn by
somebody had one on a couple weeks ago at one of our shows.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, somebody had one on. So
I'm saying, or maybe how about a piece of the original table that you went through?
Ooh, you know what? I would like an original 469 shirt.
They're you go. But one that maybe one that you wore.
That I wore?
Yeah, let's get one back. The original prototype shirt. Let's go find it.
I don't know.
Road trip.
Who would even have that?